Okay, hi. You're listening to Infamous Chronicles. Yeah. It's my dad and his 3 friends. Just kidding. Love you, Dad.
Hello, and happy Christmas, holidays, Hanukkah, and New Year to our listeners. Thank you for joining us this week on the Infamous Chronicles. Your roster tonight is myself, the Infamous, Mr. PSac.
Yo.
And Mr. Jester.
Hey.
And we have a visiting guest that I have known for, we were trying to figure out the math on it, but we're thinking between 10 and 12 years. Morgan.
Hello. I think it's more like 14.
14.
Damn, corrected already.
Damn. So basically I was a pedophile.
Always.
Yeah. Pretty much what it was. And then we were trying to figure out the how PSac came to be. For our listeners that don't know the story of PSac, is that adventurous he is with his genitalia.
Oh my.
Would be the best way to describe it. And so PSac, believe it or not, is actually a very loving term of endearment, and Little Infamous from time to time will actually refer to Paul as PSac because he's part of the family now.
Yeah, that's a great relation that you put there.
Yeah. Hey, there are 3 men in this world that my daughter will hug, and they're all sitting right here on this mic.
There you go.
So
yeah, that's true.
When Augie Rocks comes over,
she runs.
Little Infamous she just stares at him.
I mean, he's a little scary looking.
It's been a long time since you've seen him too, Morgan, but he now has full to the titties beard.
So he's gotten weirder.
Weird. Yeah. It's one way to describe it.
Okay.
Sasquatch.
And every conversation has like drugs or music or...
Yeah, he's a unique soul.
Yeah.
But, to each their own.
He's one of our favorite cast members.
Yeah. So for our listeners, I have known Morgan now, as she corrected me, for almost 15 years. And when we very first met, I was working for a wireless company, and I actually tried multiple times to hook up with her. She wasn't having it. So I defaulted to a girl that worked at her coffee shop that she hated. Who will go on for the sake of the show, let's call her Sarah.
Let's call her mistake number 1.
Oh, she was
there's
not.
been many mistakes.
No, not number 1.
Mistakes.
She'd be like mistake 27.
Sure.
Yeah. But she was... Morgan hated her from the get-go. Hated that I was dating her.
But hated so much that I literally didn't even have a recollection of her in my brain until you just mentioned her right now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
When you painted that canvas black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But this girl was unwilling to lose her virginity, so we butt sexed it. And Morgan had some thoughts on vetoing the V card for the B card.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's just silly. It's going in. I mean, so if you're going to tell yourself that is okay, which I feel like is... There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think that should be your first step. And definitely not allowing to call yourself a virgin if that is what you are deciding to do.
Touched for the very first.
Hold on. Is virgin's definition vaginal penetration or just penetration?
No, that's vaginal. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know.
Right, because of the hymen, right? Like, you break the hymen.
Okay, however, you can break the hymen with a tampon or horseback riding or gymnastics.
I've heard that too.
Can you break? It's not necessarily popping the cherry is what you're referring to. Because that's that virginity like you... Oh!
Okay, but everyone in this room... Morgan in the case where she got hers broken, but we've all actually taken a legitimate virginity in here, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a messy endeavor.
Yeah, it's not.
You get cut off mid-stroke, and it's just whatever.
Well, because that shit hurts. You've never done this before.
I know, and I respect it. No, I was very respectful, but my whole thing is like people advance to
wait. Jester was respectful?
Yeah, if we're talking about virginities, he must have been younger.
Yeah. No, like, people advance to anal sex. It's something that you like,
Exactly.
Like, wow, like that's,
it's the steps, baby.
Who does that first?
Right, you don't get the bronze trophy before.
And number one, I have a question for you. How old were you at this when you did this?
When I met Morgan, I was right out of the military, so I was 21.
Did you lose? Did you use lubrication?
No.
Spit?
For real?
We did not.
So how did you do it then?
Jay didn't give a fuck.
We did the Brokeback style.
Okay.
No, we didn't,
Wait,
because
so
I didn't even
this
spit on
hasn't been
him.
her first time then?
I mean, I don't want to throw like all her
you're-
business.
you're
I mean, the
a
chances
mean
of her hearing this are slim to none, and the chances of me giving a fuck are even less. But I mean, I would like to respect her. We had done everything.
Sorry, Sarah. We don't give a
Yes.
fuck about you.
Yeah, we had done everything else. But
No, but my question is, was this her first time doing anal?
yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was.
Got it. And so she was thinking,
Jay was merciless.
And
So-
I'm like, I think now that I'm thinking back on it, I mean, not to be too explicit, I think I rubbed the tip of my genitalia on her vagina as the
I
lubrication.
like how you're cleaning it up for just like.
I used the tip of my cock into her cunt, and then
oh my God.
and then I put it in her
That's
butt.
no, use that word.
The C word
Yeah.
or the B word.
The C
What do you
word.
call your
Cock word
What do you
is
call
not
your
cool,
vagina?
dude.
A vagina?
You just call it a vagina all the
Yeah.
time because you're a teacher. That's why. It's just-
I mean, like, I just feel like
Morgan teaches high school in Connecticut, which is where she's visiting us from.
yes.
Yeah.
I feel like the C word is a fantastic word when used appropriately for a girl who
acting
woman
up.
See, I won't
who
do
needs
that.
to be called that
I won't do
for a
That's like
certain reason.
That's like calling a black person the N word.
No.
Yes. I mean,
Okay, well,
that's
then-
the most extreme thing you can call a female.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
I've actually removed that from my vocabulary.
But sometimes it's necessary.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I'll say
Yes.
very mean things.
If a guy called you a cunt to your face, would you not just completely emotionally shut down?
No, I'd probably kick him in the balls and punch him in the face.
So obviously, as I mentioned, it's probably not a good thing to say to a girl.
Oh, for sure.
But you're saying like if a girl calls a girl that.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go
Yeah.
back on that real quick. If you kicked me in the balls and punched me in the face, I don't know how else to respond other than just like a bow to the face back.
But you can't hit her back. That's like the law. Like if you went to the police and you're like, this girl kicked me in the nuts and then punched me in the face, they'd be like,
suck it up, walk it
bitch.
off.
They'd be
But
like,
if
what'd you do?
If she went to the
Right,
police,
yeah, what
it's
did
like,
you do?
This guy flicked me in the neck with his index finger. Okay, that's a felony.
And I
and
have a
5 years.
bruise.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can't recover from
Strangled. He almost tried to strangle
that. Yeah.
me.
Exactly.
I don't know how to say this without sounding like a pig, so I'm just going to put it out there, and you guys can take it how you want.
Pig.
But do you know more people
Swine.
that have screamed or claimed rape and it be illegitimate?
Cried wolf.
Or do you know more people that have actually experienced it, but it be legitimate? For me personally, I know a lot of girls that have used that weapon against men as a retaliation.
It's only when things don't go their way, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. I can agree to an
And
extent.
hold on, just for the record, nobody in this show condones any unwanted advancements. That's not what we're saying. There are countless numbers of horrible rape cases in this country, and we're not advocating any
You just
of them.
told the world all about how I like to spread my genitalia everywhere.
Well, but that's agreed upon
there's
consensual
consent.
sex.
When there's consent.
Yeah, you just are a master at consensual sex. It wasn't. For the record, PSac has never raped or involuntary sexualed anybody. So there you go.
Thank you.
He's what we call
Appreciate that.
a sexual angel. Jester, on the other hand,
Oh, God, no.
50-50.
Totally. It's respect on all ends, you know?
Moving forward.
You know what's funny though is that now that you all know that Jester and I are parents,
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Has that changed you? Because you just made the comment about him being respectful.
Not at
well,
all.
I feel like, has that changed you in,
here's the one way.
Life.
The one way it isn't.
I mean, you have a little girl.
We both do.
Infamous.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, same age.
The same
Infamous
age.
is worse
Yeah.
now than he was before.
Yeah, Mini Infamous and Mini Jester are both the same age girls within a couple months of one another. And for me, the one area it's had the biggest impact, and part of it was because I watched this really great TED Talks on masturbation. And no joke, the guy talked about masturbation as a father, because he was a new father in the talk. And his TED Talk was on how once he became a father of a girl, how it changed.
He couldn't beat it anymore?
Yeah, he's like, when I watch this now, And he's like, yeah, I can't go to strip clubs anymore. I've never been a strip club guy myself. If that's your thing, that's fine. I'm not judging you, but it's just never been my thing. But I do have to, somewhere in my brain, accept the fact that this is someone's daughter.
Ugh.
I do.
One of those?
Yeah, I do.
That's
Do you feel that way, Jester?
To a certain extent, but we have a human instinct and a drive to want to reproduce and mate, and it never goes away. I look at women differently, but I don't harness myself sexually. I still get in there, and I still do it the way I used to do it like I'm used to it. And no, it just hasn't changed me at all.
But, okay, so not necessarily in the bedroom, but you as like a man, especially how you would treat like a woman before kids, before marriage versus now, especially having a little girl. I'm sorry to cut you off, but no,
I'll lose my train of thought. You brought up a really good point. I don't look at women differently. I look at men differently.
That's interesting.
I look at men and be like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, what's your deal? Versus it used to be like, hey, how you doing, mate? It's not like that anymore. It's like, you better not look at my daughter a certain way and all this shit. So I look at men differently. Women, I will always look at the same. I treat them, I actually have a little more empathy for what they go through having a daughter versus before. Like, I didn't really care about the menstrual cycle. I didn't care about the birth and all of that pain bearing. And yeah. But now it's like, you know what? I saw what my ex went through with the childbirth. I was in the room. And so now I have a more deeper respect for it all.
But you're also fortunate enough to, I mean, not to put your personal business out there, and I'll edit this out if you want. Mm-hmm. But you have a very fortunate, very respectful, very
baby mama situation.
Yeah, your baby mama situation is really good. Yeah. So I think that also, if it was terrible, it could
makes it way worse.
Yeah, it could make it worse. But because both of you have similar objectives to raising your daughter, and I think that contributes to how you're looking at the situation. Because I've met her. She's a very intelligent, attractive, responsible woman who doesn't let you fuck around.
We're not together.
Well, she does. Yeah, she does. I mean, hold on. I mean, like, as a man.
Oh, okay.
She keeps him accountable.
Well, in terms of raising their daughter.
Yes, very much so.
Where you dip your dipstick, Jimmy.
I mean, she has no control over that.
But, like, as an example, he explained to me once that she needs to, like, meet his guy friends if they're going to be with his daughter and stuff. I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. Mm-hmm. Somehow I got fortunate enough for her to trust me, stupid woman.
Silly you.
Yeah, silly you.
No, we're just not. Both of us were never reserved people, as you know.
Right.
You know, we're very open, intellectually, sexually, anything. We're just open. We don't, we're an open book, you know. From everything from getting started dating to the swinging to all that stuff through our relationship, as you know about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's why we're such good parents and so relaxed, but at the same time, we're very controlled, you know, and all that too.
I want to just add one thing.
Please.
It goes all the way back to what you're saying about the guy that talks about the porn and shit, and he can't watch it.
Okay.
I saw this. Actually, it's Joe Rogan.
Okay.
He did a new set where I was listening to him online on the way to work, and he's talking about, I don't know if it's new or not, but it was new to me.
Okay.
And
okay, CBS.
He's sitting there. He's like, you know, that my husband, I don't know what to do. He doesn't even pay attention to me. He just goes and beats it. And Dr. Phil, like, just knowing who Dr. Phil is,
right,
and his bullshit and how he talks, like,
right.
Rogan rips into him. So, like, it does the whole voice and everything. Martha, if he's looking at those pornographic images, just lays into him. Beating is as bad as cheating. I said it.
Nope. No way.
No.
Morgan has something to say. I could tell.
Elaborate.
No. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. I think that especially, I think that generally speaking, men are more sexually
aroused.
Yes. Excited, aroused, driven, whatever, than women are. Mm-hmm. Generally. Mm-hmm. So therefore, if you need to masturbate daily because you're either not getting sex daily or, even if you are, if you need that extra, go for it. Like, I think.
So you would never never consider masturbation as a form of cheating?
No, if my man wasn't having sex with me and was doing that consistently, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? What?